The third-person point of view is one of the oldest and most common forms of storytelling. Unlike first person, the main character is immersed in the story while still being detached from the character's inner thoughts or experiences. They're free to roam around, privy to whatever information the author wishes to disclose. It's such a broad form of storytelling that over time it has been separated to two distinct forms: third-person limited point of view and third-person omniscient point of view. And some could argue, well, there's a third-person objective point of view. In third-person limited, the reader is confined to the thoughts of one specific character. In third-person omniscient, the reader has access to the thinking of all the characters within the story. Now, that doesn't mean the author is always going to reveal all the thoughts all the time. They often limit it down to maybe certain characters and certain scenes, but at any moment, you can find yourself in the headspace of any character in the book. Third-person omniscient is usually the widest perspective, since the narrator itself is not a character and has a godlike view of events. The narrator may have no partiality to what is going on and has complete access to everybody's thoughts and even the actions of the past, the present, or the future. While we say it's generally true, it's not always true. Omniscient narrators can interject with their own personal opinion, wisecracks, color up the story a little bit. As you can expect from the name, an objective narrator is merely working off of the information presented to them. They don't delve into the innermost thoughts of the character. Instead, it's a little bit like a witness in a trial that's trying to be objective. They're merely relaying the information that they could observe. The flexibility of third person enables the ability to have a single narrator, just like in first person. However, unlike first person, you don't have the limitations of staying in the main character's head. The story may unfold from the perspective of one character, but free of the biases and beliefs that would make the story unreliable if told to us personally. A good example to demonstrate this difference would be, what if your main character has amnesia? If you were telling this from a first-person perspective, the main character would not have any memory of their past. You would only be able to learn as the character starts putting together the pieces of their life. If you were telling the story from the third person, you could clue into the other characters and their feelings about the amnesiac. You could bring up conversations about them they couldn't have heard, letting the audience know more about their backstory without the need of the main character needing to know any of that information. By the way, don't miss out on our other videos. Like this video, subscribe, hit the bell, autocrit, it's a good place. As well defined as all these rules seem to be, like most rules, they could be broken by an effective writer. Indeed, don't think of these different third-person types as exclusive. Think of it more like a movie camera. Sometimes you're going to zoom in close, sometimes you're going to pull back for a wide shot. If you find yourself writing a scene and you keep going in and out of third-person limited and third-person omniscient, ask yourself this question: what kind of scene is it? Is this a scene where we're up close and personal and it's very intimate? Or is this a scene where I need to get a holistic view of what all the characters and maybe the world itself are up to? The most vital thing is consistency. Otherwise, your story just becomes a garbled mess. Writing in the third person is a limber and forgiving technique that suits any skill level from beginner to advanced, and it can handle the most complex narrative requirements. Because of this, it's easy to master relatively quickly, allowing your ideas to get out of your head onto the page without a tremendous amount of fuss. So, if you're struggling a little bit with first person, you may want to give third person a little try and get writing. Just a reminder, subscribe, ring the bell on this channel, and check out these videos, some great writing tips for you. We'll see you there.